Max Caster's rap fail. I sent you the video of this. Tell me and everybody what happened.
Well, he just hit a blank because it happens. And the reason I know it happened to me.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. You know, a lot of times I would do my interview in the ring, you know, but they wanted to get my entrance in. So Vince says, I'll tell you what, pal, let's have him do the interview on the way to the ring, which was not a bad idea, really. So one night I said, cut the music, and then we would start down. Or maybe we would start down, then I would start saying, cut the music. And I would come all the way down to right where I was about 20 feet from the ring, and the camera's right in front of me, and I'd cut my promo. So one night I'm cutting the promo, and I got to a part. I just went blank. And I leaned over to, I never will forget this. I leaned over to Swagger and I says, I forgot to MF an interview. He said, well, say something. I says, and as I was saying, and it kind of, when you saw it back, it kind of looked like it was set up, but I totally forgot it. Because these writers, they think they're like Hemingway in the back. They're writing all this stuff out and blah, blah, blah. And I would read it and I said, I'm not saying that. And I wouldn't tell them that. I'm not saying this. And I would just cut it all down. And guess who never, see, who was a stickler for staying on reading the whole interview was Vince. Vince had it right in front of him, what you're supposed to say. And if guys didn't say that, he would just lambaste the hell out of them when they come back through the go area. But when I would come back and I would do about half of it, then I'd make the other half up. Guess what Vince said to me? Zero. He just didn't say nothing. You know, and he said, good interview, Zeb. And then I'd go. Never said a word to me. And the reason I attribute to that, and I will say this about Vince, I owe a lot to Vince because he helped me out in a time in my life where I really, really needed help. He did help me out, and he never got on me about anything. And I knew I made mistakes sometimes, wasn't in the right place or whatever, not many times. But he never said a word to me, never. And I attribute that to my longevity in the business. Vince has been around 50 some odd years. I've been around 50 some odd years, I guess. And he kind of respected that I've made it this far in the business. And that's the only reason I can attest that he never really, really got on me. He never did. And I don't think but in this situation where we were just talking earlier about Cena and some of them saying something about Vince and not even saying anything about what he's allegedly accused of. I mean, it looked like they were almost forgiving him. But we'll see what, I'm on two different subjects now. But
well, I'll bring up Vince in a minute, actually. We'll just briefly back on Max Caster. As you say, he goes down the thing and he just draws a complete blank and then he just goes, sort of freezes. And it's really obvious that he's forgotten his lines. What is a good trick for, let's say I'm Max Caster or whoever you are. I mean, I've got the hat for it. And I completely go blank. It's always good to have like a plan B in your mind. It's more difficult when you're trying to do a rap, you know, off the top of your head or, you know, something you just scrolled in the back. But what is a good plan B to always fall back on if somebody forgets their lines and then give you enough time to get back on track?
Well, if I knew that, everybody would be doing it. But not everybody forgets their lines because these lines this is his gimmick. This is his deal. So he's got to figure that out for himself. So if he can free rap, he should have put something in there. How many lines did he miss? The whole verse?
Oh, Lord knows. He missed enough. And then everyone, and then it sort of just peed out.
But in doing that, this is what I think the fans do. Oh, well, but it was obvious he forgot it. Is that what you thought?
Oh God, yeah. It was completely obvious, yeah. Completely obvious.
I think people will forgive you for that. They say, well, he forgot that. And I think they're more proud of themselves for catching the miss than than he was guilty of forgetting his own lines. And how long did he pause there?
Oh, the video only goes like 20 seconds, and he pauses at 10. And then, it shoots the guys in the ring, and then like it just completely falls apart. Sticking on Max, and because you mentioned Vince weirdly as well, this sort of fits in.
Hang on a minute.
Oh, hang on.
Can you hear that dog?
There's a barking dog happening. 1 sec.
Go ahead.
Okay. Right. Well, carrying back on. The dog barked for 2 seconds. Delivery man. Now, a few weeks ago, and this goes to like, man, I don't want to live on this planet anymore. 2024, everyone gets butthurt, crying over everything they could possibly cry about. Max Caster was on a independent show. He does a rap a few weeks ago, and the quote was referencing Vince McMahon to some guy who was facing the ring with, "You want to try me on the mic? Get a different plan because I'm freaky with the words like I'm Vince McMahon."
I'm freaking on the words.
I'm freaky with the words like I'm Vince McMahon.
And?
Oh, I'm sorry, that was it. That was everyone getting out their pram, throwing the toys out the pram, thinking, how dare you mention Vince McMahon? It's topical.
I don't see that. I actually thought that was pretty good.
Yeah. Do you know what I would have said?
Listen. If you can't talk about Vince McMahon, it's something that happened, and he's in another company anyway. Now, this would take on a different importance had he been a WWE guy on the show. But of course, WWE guys, WWE doesn't allow their talent to make independent shows. But he's an AEW guy speaking about another promotion. And people want to get butthurt about that. Screw them.
Do you know what I would have done? I would have said,
what would
you want to try me on the mic, get a different plan because I'll shit on your head like I'm Vince McMahon. That would have been a better rap.
That is terrible.
Come on. That would have gone down great. Like that Lindor you've stuffed in your mouth.
Yeah, I was wanting to laugh, but I got to have a piece of candy. That was pretty good. That was good.